Hey there, and good evening. Happy Sunday to you, and I hope that this week brought you joy in the form of connection with people, friends, family, with great food, perhaps. And if nothing else, I hope you found time to reflect and be grateful for the things that are going well in your life and that are blessings. Decided to take a time to focus tonight's message on mindful consumption. I was thinking a lot about that this week as we were perhaps being mindful as we consumed, maybe not so mindful as we loosened our belts, but I'm actually talking about mindful consumption in the form of not just food. I'm actually meaning it in the form of also consciousness and information. Mindful consumption. So in Buddhism, there are 5 precepts. And if we look at a modern sort of secular translation of the 5th one, to not consume intoxicants, we could actually be thinking about intoxicants in the form of information, whether it's TV, texts, news, billboards, etc., conversations that are not healthy, that invoke upset, anger, misunderstanding, and God forbid, hate, where we're not really taking the time to be in a space of compassion and listening. So, mindful consumption. So if we think about this ability to be aware of what we're taking in, as much as we do with food, maybe we can find space to stay informed. I don't mean to stick our heads in the sand and pretend that all is well. However, I do mean that perhaps there should be a balance between what you consume that might evoke upset, and then also find the balance in things that provide you joy and fill your bucket back up with also nourishing information. And that includes conversations and music. That may mean a beautiful, mindful walk outdoors. Most important thing is being in the moment and allowing your mindful meditation practice to nourish you by recognizing what is good and what brings you joy and happiness in this moment, to balance the things that we come across and that we can't help but consume, absorb into our bodies and into our consciousness from our environments and from the data that's constantly coming at us. So it's just an interesting, concept altogether, isn't it? I mean, we think of consumption as being something that we physically do, but I'm also talking about the spiritual influence and how that impacts our overall well-being. Because if we consume only things that are negative, it will stress you, it will heighten your anxiety, and it absolutely can cause you to physically feel ill. So, take care, my friends. Be mindful as you allow information to come towards you. And if you find yourself getting into a space of negativity and upset, perhaps it's time to push pause and go and find time for something that feeds your heart in a positive way. So I think that that's just an interesting concept to take on for ourselves as we think about all the different ways that we can be mindful in our lives and how that can serve us. So think about that this week, perhaps. And maybe as we go into December and the new year, hard to believe, right? That we take it one little bit at a time. There's a lot of information out there that is beautiful, and there are things to celebrate. Find those things as well as the challenging things. I think that that's a great place for us to take the night and the week. And I wish you a whole lot of joy this week and mindful moments. Have a blessed rest of the day. Namaste.